All right, let's get into the controls. Select my loadout, as you could call it, if this was a first-person shooter game. How's it going, everybody? What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the band Liquid Klay, and we are back with another live stream of a set of Corsa Competizione on PC in VR on the MetaQuest Pro. I'm going to go in here and do a few races in the open lobbies because I recalibrated my load cell pedals. I have the Fanatec V3 load cell pedals. When I first got these pedals, the default settings made the brakes lock up too easy. So I adjusted the throw, is I believe the word that I'm looking for, the distance traveled from the moment you touch the pedal to how far it travels to, to where it's fully depressed. And I calibrated it as such where 100% pressure would be applied once it reaches the end of the throw. Once you push the pedal down as far as it can go, then 100% pressure will be applied. So I've been, I don't know, probably for the better part of about a year, I was okay with it because I was slowly but surely beating my personal best. And I reached the point where I was wanting to get faster. And, right now I'm currently using the McLaren, and I purchased the Coach Dave setups. And after taking about a month off from ACC to clear my head, when I came back, once again, I was setting personal best, but I could not consistently hit those lap times. So I kept watching track guide videos, kept practicing, and then I finally reached the conclusion that I'm hitting the same brake markers as the aliens, but for whatever reason the car's not stopping in time. And so I finally had to get it through my thick damn skull that maybe I should go ahead and change the brake calibrations. So now I've readjusted the brakes, where if I push the pedal down with about 65% throw, I will reach 100% application or pressure. And because of that, it has actually allowed me to either slightly extend my brake marker, or it's allowed me to hit my normal brake markers and stop the car in plenty of time before I get around the corner. And so because of that, what it has done for me is giving me an extra half a second. That doesn't sound like much, but it's given me an extra half a second of consistency on Monza. My personal fastest lap on Monza is 148.6. But I normally turn in high 149s. I'm turning in 149.8, 149.9. And after making this brake calibration, now I've been turning in consistent 149.4, 0.3. I'll hit it, I'll occasionally, when I've got open air and there's nothing in front of me or in back of me, and I hit my lines and my brake markers, I can hit the 148s. And one lap I was actually on pace to break my personal best. I was on pace to set a 148.5, but there was an alien behind me and he came in like a missile, and I was worried that he might tap me in order to get me out of the way. So I moved over and let him through, and I destroyed my lap. So my fastest lap still remains at 148.6. So we're going to go into some open lobbies. I'm more or less looking to join a Monza lobby, which here we are right here, ironically, in this one too. Oh shit, the ping on this one is only 64. but the race is already in progress, and I don't want to go in there and wait. I want to get some laps in to qualify. So we'll go to this other one. Ping is 136, and there's a good amount of people in this room. I don't recognize any of the names in here. Qualifying must have just started because a lot of cars are still sitting in the pits, and I don't see any lap times posted yet. All right, let's go. Let's go. So once I register my first full lap, it should be, at the very worst, it should be 150. If I'm having a good lap, I can probably hit a mid 149. shit. Just trying to get a good exit. Oh well. I had a bad entry to begin with.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
49.9. There we go, 149.5.
Fastest lap.
I'm not gonna have enough fuel to make it, I don't think. Losing time.
Yellow flag lap. Watch out.
All right, same
Cut detected.
49.5. I'm gonna have to go back to the garage because I don't have enough fuel to do another lap. So that means I'm gonna have to do an out lap, do one more lap after. But at the moment, I have qualified 8th. Let this car go through.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
No way around it. The BMWs have got the straight line speed.
Yellow flag in sector 3. The next time I hit the Parabolica, I might be able to get a little bit later on the brakes. I might be able to brake right at the 50 mark.
Come on, hang on, hang on. Still managed to 149.4. But yeah, I tested it and it did not work. That was a bad exit. This is going to be the last lap too. Oh, this is going to be an awful lap. This lap is going to be a 150.
Yellow flag, be careful. Session is now over. Your lap time is invalidated. Please try to stay on the track.
Oy, oy, oy. This is a 20-minute race. Now, it could take me a couple of laps to get into the 149s because I am starting right in the middle of the pack. Electronics, all right, we good.
Seconds.
You gonna be able to get my gloves on in time? All right, let's go. So yeah, I'm caught up in the middle. Qualified 14th out of 25 cars.
Stay in double file.
And I'm letting you guys know right out the gate that first chicane is going to be a huge wreck. So I avoided and I cut across the chicane and I just go ahead and take the track limit. Because the cars behind you, they're not mindful of the spacing, and somebody's going to charge in like a missile and they're going to cause a huge wreck. I really miss using the Porsche, but I didn't have a choice but to switch, in my opinion.
Green light, go, go, go.
So yeah, this is going to be nasty.
Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
This is what I mean right here.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I'll take that to avoid getting caught up. And I'll even let him go.
Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
All right, I gave you the space. All right, let's go. See how much damage that idiot caused me.
Clear on the right.
Alright, only 1.5 seconds worth of damage. So I can still turn in 149s from this. And I can probably get a couple of places back because there's going to be another wreck in this race. Charging in. Six seconds worth of damage. That might not be enough to maintain 149s.
got no straight line
Clear on
speed.
the right. We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go. Slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Be careful. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
pick it back up. Fighting it out, I can catch them. If they keep fighting like that, I can catch them. Thank you. consistent 149s. I took 8th. Let me see what the leader did. What was his fastest lap? Holy shit. A 146.1. I've seen UKOG do 145s, and I mean, that is just straight up alien shit. 146.1. Damn. See what second place did. 147.7. Third was 47.4. 147.1. And then I did a 149 flat. If my car wasn't damaged, I would have been able to get into the 148s. So that race was exhausting.
Green light. Give it all you can.
Let me check something. That's Vanderleet. I can't remember who that is. I've seen that name before. I don't know if I should do this track again or not. I know one thing, I could use a drink. Let's go have a look at the guys that are out here.
is the SDE in the Kais Pro?
Okay, the screen door effect in the Quest Pro. You know, when I first bought this Quest Pro, I felt like the Reverb G2 still had the sharper picture. It definitely did not have any screen door. So the situation with the Quest Pro and the G2, tit for tat. Some games, Quest Pro is sharper. Other games, G2 is sharper. Now, in terms of the screen door effect, it's almost non-existent. You'd have to really have to pull out a microscope to really go out of your way to look for it. But the biggest reason I went with the Quest Pro as my daily driver over the G2 is because of the pancake lenses. The pancake lenses give me edge-to-edge clarity. No matter where I look, everything's clear. Whereas with the G2, it has a very small sweet spot, and if you look outside of that sweet spot, everything is blurry. So I would dare say this. And the colors on the Quest Pro have more pop. Colors on the Quest Pro are more vibrant than the G2. But if the G2 had pancake lenses, I would probably stick with the G2 as my headset. And that is where Quest Pro has a huge advantage over the G2, and that's the pancake lenses. So, but I know I gave you a really long answer, but to give you the straight out answer, again, the screen door effect is virtually non-existent. It is something you really have to go out of your way to look for. And I'll take that trade-off. I mean, the sharpness and the vibrant colors, and with the screen door being non-existent, to me, it's not even there, as far as I'm concerned. And then I think this Quest Pro has QLED panels with I think with a mini LED backlit or something, and that allows for this headset to have vibrant colors, but have blacks that rivals OLED panels. So I would say the blacks on this Quest Pro might not be as deep as an OLED panel, but I think it's pretty. I think it's comparable. I think it's pretty good, and so.
The _C00 in 1985 said, about to go to bed for work but jumped in to say sub sign of the horns.
Hey, thank you, appreciate it. Jump in the bed, cool. Where the hell you live? I mean, it's 1:30 p.m. here, and I think the only place where it would be night, I think, is in Australia. I think I'm on Eastern time, and I think Australia is 12 hours ahead of Eastern time. So it would be 1:30 a.m. in Australia, I believe. Everywhere else, it should still be afternoon or early evening. So I'm wondering where you live. right, the fastest lap so far is 146.1.
The underscore C00 and 1985 said, Alabama, I worked third shift.
Oh, okay.
MR617B said, any compression artifacts with the link cable?
No. No, so I don't see any artifacting. I don't see any like chromatic aberrations. Like that's the stuff that you would tend to see towards the edges of the lens, I believe. And as I was saying before, it is edge to edge clarity. So what I am telling you, so I'm not necessarily recommending that you get a Quest Pro, but what I am recommending is that your next headset should have pancake lenses. That being said, though, I have not tried either the Pico 4 or the Quest 3. I think that's going to be your best bet to get that clarity without costing an arm and a leg, because right now, any headset that has pancake lenses right now costs at least $1,000. I mean, this Quest Pro I'm wearing is $1,000. I think the Pico 4 prize edition is like $980 US. And then you have the Pimax Crystal with the spheric lenses is $1,600. The Viro Aero is $2,000. All these headsets have pancake lenses as well as eye and face tracking. Now the face tracking doesn't work on this game, but through the OpenXR toolkit, eye tracking does work on this game. And what it basically does, it works the same way for the foveated rendering. So everywhere I look is clear, and wherever I don't look, thing outside of my direct vision is a little bit downgraded in order to certain resources. So between the foveated eye tracking, the pancake lenses, no matter where I look, is clear. And the field of view doesn't sound like much. It doesn't sound like it's much wider. Reverb. Field of view of the Reverb is shit. Field of view of the Reverb G2 is 90 degrees. The field of view of this Quest Pro is 105 degrees and 110 degrees for the PlayStation VR, 120 degrees for the Pimax Crystal. So, as far as the field of view goes, the field of view, it's just enough that I don't have to move my head. Anything I need to see, I can just move my eyes from left to right. And I'll show you how the foveated rendering FOV works. So keep your eyes on the edge of the screen. I'm going to move my eyes around. When I look to the right, you're going to see some distortion on the left. Now, when I look the other way, when I look to the left, you're going to see some distortion on the right. That is the foveated eye tracking working. And so wherever I look is clear. Outside of that bubble is distortion. And that is just how the OpenXR toolkit works in order to save resources.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
So with all of those elements combined, I am running this headset at 2900p at 90 frames native.
Be careful.
And it is buttery smooth. And I am streaming and gaming from the same computer, and that is the power of the 4090. Couldn't break a 149, and even if I could, it wouldn't be worth shit anyway. So I qualified 17th for this race, and I think I'm just going to fall back for this race, and I'm just going to drop the last, because if I stay in the middle of the pack, there will certainly be a wreck at the first chicane. So yeah, so again, I qualified 17th. I would have needed a second lap under my belt. Now I'm 19th. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna, the cars that are behind me, I think I'm just gonna let them go, and I think I'm just gonna fall all the way back to last place, and then just see if I can start hunting them down from behind. Because again, if I try to maintain this 17th place, when we get to that chicane, there is going to be a huge wreck. And it seems that it always seems to involve the guys in the middle of the pack.
Seconds. 20 seconds.
Oof. I put way too much fuel in the car, but I was in danger of, if you don't click that drive button before the clock runs out, the game will automatically start you from the pits.
Stay double file.
So yeah, let's fall back. Let everybody else go. They're doing the same thing. Everybody else is falling back. You're not going to win the race on turn one, so again, just let him go.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left, clear on the left.
see what's going on. Let's see what's going to happen.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Yep, and there's the wreck.
Slow car ahead. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. Light damage on the front of the car.
7 seconds worth of damage. This race is over.
Rodney Wheeler said, "Meet Quest Pro. LOL."
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, let's look for another session. Here is another Monza, but the ping is 143. I'd like it if it was a little bit lower. Here's a Mount Panorama. Another Monza. Another Monza, a Paul Ricard. Brands hatched this already.
Wheeler said, "Check your stream title."
Thank you, Mr. Wheeler. Sometimes when you type fast and don't proofread, that's what happens. And then when you're typing from a computer keyboard, it doesn't have spell check. The way a phone does. Well, I'm curious. Let's go on to Mount Panorama just to see what I can do with these new brakes.
Green light.
Rodney Wheeler said, "And."
Thanks again. Oh my God, that's. Let's see what you said here. Anytime I want to see you win in this YouTube space, I appreciate it.
Rodney Wheeler said, "You're the inspiration for me wanting to have my own channel helping new VR people."
I appreciate that as well. Although I definitely don't think that my channel's having an impact. 1,400 subs, yes, I'm absolutely grateful for the 1,400 subs, but the views don't necessarily reflect it. As far as the first 24 hours, I'll probably be lucky if this stream gets 50 to 100 views the first 24 hours. It's just the way it is. You know what? I'm actually going to go to Watkins Glen. That is the 45-minute race this week. So I am going to go into the LFM servers and monkey around with Watkins Glen and see if I can get faster on that track. I think my fastest lap at Watkins Glen may be 1:45.8.
Rodney Wheeler said, "You speak the truth, that what matters to me."
Okay, I definitely appreciate that. And you know, with especially when it comes to VR, I'm definitely in a peculiar situation, trying to find a way to be truthful without completely tearing the platform down, because we do want to see VR move forward, and but I will not do it at the expense of lying to the viewers.
Rodney Wheeler said, "I work hard for my money, and your channel saved me money, time, and educated me as well."
I definitely appreciate that. I mean, I would feel like absolute shit if I were to recommend particular hardware to someone and it ends up being dog shit. I'm not one of those YouTubers that runs off and say a bunch of great positive things about a hardware, and then somebody gets it and then it turns out to be dog shit, and then when they come back in the comments saying you lied to me, yada yada yada, then I'm nowhere to be found. I mean, because those are the sellout YouTubers that's trying to get that YouTube money as well as sponsorship money. Fastest lap here is 1:44.3. So, for the longest, I had been wanting to do a podcast, giving my thoughts on PlayStation VR 2 versus PC VR, and I haven't done it because I can't bring myself to do it, because I can't. There's no way to tell you the hard truth without sounding like I'm trashing PSVR 2. But still, the truth of the matter is that if someone came to me and said, "What do you recommend?" If they came to me and said, "I've got a PS5, I want to get a PSVR 2," I would tell them go for it. But I would tell them, watch out for X, Y, Z. Some of these games are reprojected, so some of these games might look blurry. Some of the PS5, I would tell them that the PS5 doesn't have the power of a PC, so some of these games you get might be downgraded. But if they come to me and say, "What should I get?" PC VR or PSVR 2, I'm going to tell them PC VR, because for the same price as a PS5 and PSVR 2, you can build a PC that's more powerful than the PS5. You could have access to more games, and you can choose whether or not you can choose your frame rate and whether or not you want to reproject that frame rate or not. So yeah, I mean, I'll always slip those little snippets in and say, hey, you know, I would recommend PC VR over PSVR 2. Since my brakes are different now, I still might have to go back and recalibrate the brakes.
Rocky Wheeler said, Sony may not want to, but if they make that headset PC compatible, their sales will increase.
Sony's moving kind of funny right now. Actually got wiggle room. Sony's been moving kind of funny lately. We've had a few suspect releases on PSVR 2, and Sony hasn't really given us their roadmap. Check that comment. That was pretty long, and it was hard to hear it over the engine noise. So give me a second.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
So much for that. I do 147.3. So I think I would have been able to get into the 146s, but I don't know if I would have been able to hit 145. Ah, damn it, the game froze. All right, give me a second, folks. I got to close the app and then reopen it.
Rodney Wheeler said, "From what I learned, it's easier to make a Quest game and convert to PlayStation because of the developer support Meta has on the Unity and Unreal engines." Rodney Wheeler said, "I'm taking coding courses in C# and learning Unity VR development."
Okay, I saw your comment, Rodney Wheeler, about the Unity support. I definitely can't comment on which platform is easier to develop for, whether it be PC, Quest, or PSVR 2. I'm more or less commenting on what's directly in front of my eyes, and my eyes are telling me that PSVR 2 is caught in between Quest and PC. What I have noticed is with these ports, we are either PSVR 2, we are either getting Quest ports that have an extra coat of paint, or we are getting a downgraded PC version.
Said, "Meta worked with Unity and made a template so you can just drag and drop code and make a game on an indie level."
Oh, okay. I think I'll leave that volume at 65. And take the onboard engine, take that down to 70. As good as that car sounds. Oh, there's a Monza I can join. The qualifying just started. There's 12 racers in there, and the ping is a little more to my liking. So let's head on in. qualifying just started. And I'm going to do one more thing.
Rodney Wheeler said. So when you're done making your game, it is simple as selecting PlayStation or Quest and the engine does all the hardware comparison conversion. Rodney Wheeler said. Then the developer has to just focus on visual optimization.
Yeah. Well, my son, he makes content for VR chat. He extracts maps from the Gears of War games, Modern Warfare's, Unreal Tournaments, or whatever, and then he converts them into VR on VR chat. He's also extracted the character models and a number of other things. So using
Rodney Wheeler said, other than head haptics, the Pro has all the hardware the PSVR has.
Yeah, I would think so, definitely. .148.2 is the fastest lap. My fastest lap is 148.6. I think I can leave the brakes where they're at. Might recalibrate them again, but I don't want a situation where all I have to do is just touch them and they lock up.
Rodney Wheeler said, chat is made
I have to turn the volume down some more. Let me go into the options, audio. Damn, I don't like turning it down that low, but let's see what this does. And let's have a look at your comment again. VR chat is made in Unity. Yeah, so that's what I was about to say about VR chat is that my son prefers Unity over Unreal. He said it's a lot easier to extract content from games and convert them to VR in VR chat using the Unity engine. I guess the Unreal requires extra work. Simple, but
You look like a good job.
I'll tell you guys that even though I have this Quest Pro, I'm still excited for Quest 3. So it's actually a win-win situation. I've been talking to my son about it. My son wants me to get another Quest Pro because he loves the eye tracking and face tracking.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
I told him it's a win-win anyway because I get the Quest 3. If I like it, I keep it. If I don't like it, then I'll return it and get another Quest Pro. But either way, it works for him because, you know, he still gets to use the Quest Pro on the weekends when he comes over. My big thing with the Quest 3 is it gives me a headset, pancake lenses, for half the cost of this Quest Pro. I mean, if it comes down to it, I can do without the face and the eye tracking.
I made a VR shooter game in 3 days using Unity mods and used GTA game assets. Rodney
Oh shit!
Yellow flag in sector 1.
It's nothing fancy, but it was all self-taught using Reddit, Discord and YouTube, and I made my own VR game and played it in my Quest 2.
Oh shit!
Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
Rodney Wheeler said, "I'm gonna stay quiet so you can focus." My
Oh, you
bad,
good?
bro.
You good? I'm just finding out these little micro mistakes that I'm making. Hey, how's it going, VT?
F1. Rodney Wheeler said,
Yellow flag ahead.
I'm pretty sure if he wasn't screaming,
Yellow
you would
flag
have
is
more
active.
focus. You're multitasking, LOL.
Slow car ahead.
Oh, I was too busy watching that Lambo.
We've got some light damage on the front.
I was watching that Lambo right out the corner of my eye because he started to enter the track as I was passing by. But there is a couple of things I need to check, though.
Yellow flag is active. Session is now open.
So I'm on pace to set a 149.2. Look, he took an unnecessary chance with that one. I was on pace to set a 149.1. Right now, I qualified 10th. So these open lobbies are getting tougher and tougher.
electronics, tires.
Hole in Dan's sock. Said. Hey y'all, thumbs up, red
30
heart,
seconds.
thumbs up, man dancing.
Hey, what's up, Dan Sock? How you doing? So once again, there's bound to be a wreck at turn 1. So I'm forewarning everyone that I may cut across the chicane to avoid all the carnage.
Green light, show them what you got.
Oh God. And
Car on
here
the
we
right.
go.
Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh shit, knew it.
There's a slow car ahead.
All right. Let's focus on the cars in front of me.
Hiya Golden and Soft.
I totally missed that one. I was trying to focus on the chicane. Sorry about that.
Well done, mate. That's all best. Yellow flag accepted. We are halfway through. Keep it up. Yellow flag, be careful.
Son of a bitch trying to back up right in front of me. Saw me coming and tried to reverse his car right in front of me. I should happen to catch up to that back marker. I hope he moves.
How's this lap so far?
What the fuck was that? Don't do that shit again. Keep checking the Delta. I want to know how far that car is behind me because I'm not turning in good laps. I had a couple of good laps, but it's not consistent. It's 2.9 seconds behind me. This will be the last lap.
Alright, we're on the final lap, let's get it. Bring it on. Excellent job. What a race. See you in the pits. Bring it back on.
One. How about that? I got the victory. I am going to save that replay and show you guys where that guy tried to take me out. So let's go back to the garage and see if we can get out of this without a hitch. Bottom line is I was in here with weaker people. That wreck also worked in my favor too. So
Let's go back and check that out. Oh shit, it froze. Son of a bitch. I gotta close the game and reboot it again. That's one of the things about this open composite relative to the Meta headset. I don't have a problem with the OpenXR toolkit on the G2, but I am having problems with it occasionally with the Meta headset. So we'll go back and watch that replay, and then I think it's time for me to get some lunch because I am absolutely starving. The first place car was a Ferrari. I damn near hit him right there. You know what? Let's see what it looked like with me chasing him. Can't close the gap. So I think he spun out in this Lambo, and I think that's how I got past him. But he touched that grass. Where is he? Here we go. This car was damaged, so I probably could have caught him anyway. So, yeah, that's my car up there. I think that's me ahead of him. Okay, so that's me behind him. So I'll let it play out to where he wiped out. You guys are gonna see. What I tried to do. So I didn't see what happened to him. I just know that once I got to this chicane up here, he tried to back his car up in front of me. Right here, look at him trying to back up. Right there, he tried to back his car right in front of me. Son of a bitch. Slow it down for you guys. Look at him put his car in reverse and try to block me. Fucking asshole. Wait, so Poetic justice. I got the win. What time is it? Because I think it's time for me to grab a bite to eat. Yeah, it's going on 3 o'clock. I need to go grab a bite to eat because I am absolutely starving. So I don't know if I'll stream anything else today. I keep trying to get in the mood to stream Firewall, but I just can't bring myself to do it. So I'm not sure when the next stream will be. Could be late tonight, sometime tomorrow, and I don't know what it'll be. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, but whatever it is, I will definitely see you all soon. So, before I get out of here, if you still happen to be watching VTids, I see your comment about asking me what did I think of the F1 race. I assume you meant the F1 race yesterday. I think Saints made the race exciting because he was blocking off Verstappen. He was defending his position, but it was only a matter of time before Max would get him, because after one lap, Max was already telling Red Bull that Saints was sliding all over the place. So, Red Bull was basically trying to tell him, don't just be sensible. So, translations, just wait for him to make a mistake and you can blow right by him. But, Max, he wasn't going to listen. So, Max was putting pressure on him every single lap. And he eventually got him. The rest of the race was pretty exciting. What I did not care for was the incident between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri teammates. I think Piastri came out of the pits, and Norris, in my opinion, had the momentum, so he should have just let Norris go.
_Furerdug said, "What app you use for that dashboard?"
If you go to SimHub, there's a whole bunch of overlays that you can use. So yeah, I've got a couple of overlays in there, and just kind of copied and pasted them into the OBS. So coming back to the F1 race, the other thing I didn't like was the way Saints and Leclerc was fighting, because I think they even touched once. And if I'm Ferrari, I'm getting on that radio and tell them to cut it out. I would look at the data and determine which one had the pace, and would order the other one to back off, which probably wouldn't set well with whoever. But you got, I think you got $32 million worth of machines fighting each other, and if they both get destroyed, that's going to take quite the hit on their cap. So, but yeah, definitely appreciate everyone tuning in. Like I said, I am absolutely starving. I'm so hungry. I'm getting ready to eat my shoe here in a second. So we'll see you all on the next stream. And once again, thanks for watching. Until then, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king, and deuces. See you soon, everybody. I really enjoyed the stream. Turned in some decent laps, but hey, I wasn't pretty, but we got to win. All right. We'll talk to you later, everybody.